Okay, welcome to Lobo Den Podcast. We have Mike Atcherson from South Florida and North Florida, which is the South. We talk mooning, hookers, right? Back page, Honduran friends who try to have sex with you and trick you with cocaine. And I'm sure there was some other stuff, but I can't remember. Okay, Lobo Den.
Lobo Den, 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 Lobo Den. It's the Lobo Den.
Oh, we don't have a clock. Okay, welcome to Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz. We're at the Lincoln Lodge. Across from me is Chrissy. You can't see her, and she just muted herself, so she can't talk. But Chrissy, oh my God, I forget her last name. Ferreira. I was thinking Fernandez. I don't know. I was around a lot of Mexicans. We have Mike Atcherson on the podcast. What's up, Mike?
What's up, guys? What's good? What's good?
Good. How are you doing? I hit him up last night because I had a cancellation. So I don't know if you noticed that. It was pretty quick to... You didn't realize you were filling until now?
Not till now, but yo, I'll take it, whatever. I know you were trying to book me.
But you're on my list. It's on there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We were supposed to do it another time, but I think schedules conflicted.
Schedule. So it's not like I was. What I do also sometimes is people that I've messaged before, and I kind of hit them up last minute on purpose out of spite because they didn't reply to my last one, and we communicated. Like there was one person, I won't say her name, but she was on my list, right? And I was like, okay. And then I did a show at the Red Room, right? And nobody, Red Room Comedy Club with Julius Stoyanova and Khalil. And that's not his accent. That's Borat. But nobody on that show who was on the flyer except me showed up.
What?
Yeah,
that's
nobody.
Wild.
Nobody do. I won't say what race they are, but
I could guess.
they might look like you. But but one of the dudes was like, he was like, oh, the show started like at 8. He's like, yeah, I'm looking like 10:05.
10:05.
I just looked at I felt bad because I was recording a podcast. It was like episode 100, and we were running a little behind. And I messaged like, hey, I'll be there. Is it cool? And they're like, and I looked at the messages. Some of the other people, 2 of the people never replied, like they're gonna be there. And that one dude was like, yeah, I'm running like maybe 10 o'clock. And I was like, all right, that guy.
First of all, run at 10 o'clock. It's an hour, 30-minute show. What you gonna do when you get there?
I know. And it was and then Tito showed up, and I was just looking. I told my girlfriend, I was like, I think Tito's probably gonna not have to go up, but he'll go up. Like nobody's here, nobody showed up. Like,
was there at least a crowd there?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a crowd. A few. I forget what Julie is. She's some type of Slavic. Bulgarian. Yeah. She's Bulgarian. How you been, Mike?
I've been great, man. I had a busy day yesterday. Did 2 shows. One was unexpected, so walked out with it.
That's two last minute fill-ins this whole weekend. Is that what you're doing?
Not my cluing this, but I did the graduation show at the seminary at the main room at the Lincoln Lodge.
Okay.
And then once that got done, I was on my way out with my girl, but then Mark, the British dude here, he's like, hey, Mark, you want to host the Lincoln Lodge show? Jarrell had to bail out. So I'm like, all right, I'll host last minute. And walked out like $260. So I'm like, bet. That's a good...
$260?
$260 for 2 shows.
Oh, really? That's like what real comics make.
About to say, like, yo, I don't get this shit like until like maybe every 8 months I get something like that. And that's like a weekend gig.
I did a show, like I've been doing a lot of shows. I did a show Saturday in Cary, Indiana. It was the Funny by the Lake, Ricky and Larry Bloom.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got there, I was there with Ariel, and I told her, I was like, I shouldn't have said yes to this because I didn't realize. I had fun. I actually had fun, but I forgot it was some of those shows are free, and I don't do free shows anymore. When the audience doesn't have to pay, I refuse to do those shows.
It's weird, man, because like when you don't pay for anything,
you're not committed to it.
Yeah, or you can do whatever the hell you want. Because I'm like, I don't care. I didn't pay anything. Like my best friend is black. We have a free show on the South Side, but it's in the Black Box Theater. So it kind of gives a performance aspect. It's for the community.
It's not a bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bar. But when it's a bar free show, you might as well just.
It's like you got the people paying. It's like there's no. You don't have a stake in it. You know what I mean? Like
no stake.
It's just free stuff. Have you ever noticed apartments? Did you? I don't know. I lived in Section 8 apartments for like 12 years in Waukegan. So yeah, it's called the Taurus. It's just horrible. It's at 14. First day I walked in, somebody got pushed off the 14th floor. They got locked down. My mom was like, well, we're locked in the building. We can't leave it out. And I was like, I'm going to stay at my friend's house tonight. I'm not waiting this out.
The 14th floor. That's murder. That's not pushing up. Yeah, murdered someone.
It was like a little Waukegan Cabrini Green they had going on over there. And it's still there. It's pretty ghetto. But like the people that didn't pay, like, don't take care of shit. When you don't get something for free, you at work, there's free plates, free spoons. There's like free Diet. There was a point where I was drinking Diet Coke. I was having 8 a day.
8 Diet Cokes, geez.
Diet Pepsi, whatever they had. I was having like 8 a day. I was like Donald Trump, just chugging them, dude. And then finally I quit Diet Pop and whatever. But it's like, if I had to pay for them, that's one thing. But if it's like, oh, I would drink, there's free drinks. So I have like a little bit of Gator. If I paid for a Gator versus I get a free one, I take a sip. Sometimes I throw out the rest. I'm like a fucking king or something like that. I don't care, dude.
Yeah, of course. Like, you know how much food I steal for my job? Like, it is ridiculous. Like, I get
you're in food, right?
Yeah, I work service industry.
Are you still at the OG?
No, I left the OG. And I don't want to say
no.
I mean, you can tell them the Olive Garden. Yeah, I don't work there no more. I mean, I stole there from there too, but this news joint in there, like, they got like a bakery connected to it, and like I love oatmeal cookies, so like they make
oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisin, yeah. So
that's my favorite.
I still like maybe 2 a day, and just eat them at the host stand or just take them home to my girl.
So okay, question about the Olive Garden. I remember, I don't know if this was trashy or am I being an elitist, but I saw somebody propose to their wife at the Olive Garden, and I feel the Olive Garden. You want to go a little nicer than the Olive Garden, or
I mean, you should go nicer than the Olive Garden. Yeah, you should. Right? Yeah.
Like me and my cousin were laughing. And it's like, but I'm feeling like then I feel like a little bit of an elitist. Like, maybe this is good for them. Oh, I sound like a fucking piece of shit. But I was like, it's the Olive Garden. It's like a step above. It's like you don't propose at Chili's or the Olive Garden.
I guess because we got wine, I guess that makes sense. But like still though, I mean, your park is free. You know what I mean? Like maybe your apartment, you do some decorations. That's not, expensive. But the Olive Garden though?
Yeah, dude. You get free breadsticks. Or is it endless Fred breadsticks?
Yeah, endless breadsticks, salad. They got stuff called Italian nachos. I don't want to propose to no woman.
Italian nachos? What's that?
Some weird stuff they make up. Like, with chain restaurants, they're like, what can we make up to
What is an
product?
Italian nacho?
Bro, it's just like...
is there actual nachos in it or something?
It's like, I don't know if it's like... It's called pasta chips. That's what it's called. Quote unquote pasta chips. And then, they put like this Bolognese beef on it and like other nacho toppings on it. I'm like, this is disgusting. Like, no one should eat this.
That sounds horrible. Are you having sex right now?
Am I having sex? Of course. Yeah. I got a girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So unprotected sex, right? I mean, I would have unprotected sex either way when I was single.
Yeah, man. God bless IUDs, man. Shout out to them.
I use an app.
A what?
I use an app.
What is that?
An application on my phone to have them. I mean, I have sex with my girlfriend, but I don't use a condom. But for her not to get pregnant, what I do is I just follow the app. So I track her cycle. Like she just
snap.
Because I'm not wearing a condom. And I don't want her taking birth controls. I don't even know what's an IUD. That's that metal thing that looks like a T, right? That goes in there?
It's basically like
a folk. Did you just throw up a gang sign?
It's like it's a GD. No, but all right, this is 2 men trying to explain birth control. But I think it's like this little thing they have to like insert in. It's like metal, and then like I think
it's like a T square. So
it's a T square.
The top stops the cum. Or that comes to sperm, right?
Yeah, some with the sperm or the eggs, and it stops it, and it makes me have a good time. That's all I know, and but it's pretty great, man. Yeah. So, but she has to get a new one, I think.
How long you guys been together?
2 years now.
She's a civilian or a comic?
Oh, civilian.
Okay.
No. Good God, no.
Have you dated a comic before? I had a rule. I was like, no comics. I slept with one, and then I messed around with one, and I was like, I'm done.
You feel like you broke your rule a little bit, but
it was in the beginning.
All right. I messed around with someone who was kind of doing comedy, but like not like a full comic, like not someone I would see at shows or a mic. Like that's.
Did you meet your girl at a show, or how'd you meet your girl?
I met my girl on a dating app. I met her on Hinge.
Oh, Hinge is the one with like. You have to put a bunch of information on it?
Yeah, like questions, pictures. Like, it's a little more professional than
And it
Tinder.
makes you do these things, right? You can't just go and then skip it.
Like, yeah, you got to answer these questions. Make yourself seem interesting. Like, like they give you good questions to like set you up. Because like with a Tinder
What are some
profile,
of the questions? You remember?
Oh, man, I couldn't tell. I think one was like, what was the most embarrassing thing you ever did? And I said like I had a gutter in bowling with the rails up.
You had a what?
Like a gutter. Like, what's it called? Gutter ball, like in bowling. What's it called?
Oh, I think it is a gutter ball. No, it is a gutter ball. Yeah,
Gutter ball,
I
yeah.
suck at bowling.
I suck at bowling too. That's why I hit the gutter with the rails up.
Oh, you played like a child, like a kid with the kids?
I guess so. Yeah, as a full. Yeah, I suck at bowling, and she thought that was funny, and that's what like broke the ice. So,
Yeah, that is.
So I would have never brought that up in regular conversation. But Hinge is like the wingman. Like, yo, nah, bro, you got to answer this stupid question real quick.
No, bowling is the only thing that I've never gotten better at, and there's points where I got worse at it. Like I would get like I was shooting the 20s.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like, and I never got. And I remember I kind of would try, and I was like, all right, and I was like, I don't get better at bowling. Is there sports? I'm a golfer.
See, I did golf when I was younger.
Oh, were you born in Jacksonville?
Born and raised in Jacksonville, man.
Okay, so people don't know, Florida's the capital of golf, basically.
Basically, yeah. Like
Florida, Arizona, and the Palm Desert. It's like
Right.
in the Carolinas is the most golf.
Right, you can see where the PGA Tour is at. Like, there's a golf course like not too far from my crib.
TPC. So you live in Jacksonville. People don't know it's like one of the most famous courses in the world. TPC Sawgrass, which has it's a stadium course. So it's set up for like crowds and people could play. And the 17th green is like a little island green, and it's very famous. And it has the champion. I forgot the name. It's a important tournament, but it's not a major. I don't know how familiar you are with golf. I've been in golf since I've been 16. I'm like in the golf industry.
Oh yeah, man. I've so fall off from playing golf. I stopped playing golf after like me and my brother were playing, and like he was putting, but for some reason he lifted the club up and I was behind him.
Ooh,
so he just knocked me in my head, and I had like a knot, and I'm just screaming. And you can hear it throughout the whole golf course. And my dad was like, yeah, that's the end of that. Basketball it is.
So how long have you and your girl been together?
2 years since March 2020.
So it's going well.
Yeah, it's going good.
Okay,
yeah.
and she's okay with you comedy? From the beginning, it was established like, hey,
Yeah, it was
I'm going to be out.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I think the only thing was like finding that balance. Like, all right, I'm gonna do mics and whatever this night, and then I'll hang with you like the other nights.
What nights did she get? Wednesdays?
It's based off the
Monday
calendar.
and Tuesday, right? It's less shows usually.
I don't know. I like Mondays and Tuesdays. I took
Monday's a good mic day, from what I remember.
Monday's a great mic day. Like, she gets the weekend. So like Saturdays, if I don't get booked for a show, we'll go on a date. Or Friday, vice versa. You know, and then maybe like a weekday, like maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday, something like that.
You ever cancel plans? Like, you get booked for she knows, like, hey, we're going to hang out, but if I get a good show or like something that's worth it, we're going to cancel.
I gave her that heads up before. We haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Because I like to plan my stuff like so far ahead, but I haven't done it yet. So.
I thought you had a mustache for a second.
I do have a mustache.
We have the hair down here.
Wait, say it again.
Do you eat ass? Do you eat ass?
Do I eat ass? You know, if I'm in the right mood.
Okay, so you've done it before, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
drinking? You've done it sober?
Nah, sober, man.
Sober. Do you drink? I mean, you're drinking it truly,
Yeah,
but you're
I
not
drink.
like an alcoholic or
Man, I'm
anything.
trying to go like keep it easy because I like to drink when I'm like either having a really good time or really stressed time. So I'm trying to learn how to moderate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I had this problem. I would do a show. I would do mics and shows, and I'd eat. So I do a show, right, and I do really well. I was like, holy shit, I did good. Let me go to Wendy's on the way back from Milwaukee.
That's your
It was.
your treat.
And then, or I'd have a bad show, and I was like, man, that sucked. I need some Wendy's or something. So it'd be when the ups or downs, like I would go and eat or something. Like, no, I used to drink heavily. Like, there was a guy. So my girlfriend works at a hotel in Kenosha. So yesterday, I took her to go take the baby to the hotel. She goes to take the baby. She goes to nurse him in the bathroom. I go to see if I can find some diapers in the car because I forgot the bag.
Right.
So that when we come back in the lobby, there's a white dude. He's passed out. He's passed out in the lobby, right? And they're like, they don't know what to do, so they'll go get the manager. And I thought this was pretty white. The manager, this is his way of waking him up. He's like, hey, and then kind of like moves the chair a little bit. And
Not shaking
immediately
shit.
he was like, I can't wake him up. It's done. Let's call the manager. Let's call the police. Like really, like shake the motherfucker.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
shake
work
him. You
there, and
gotta-
I have the baby, so otherwise I would have intervened. But it's like,
Tap his leg or something, man.
so move him, wake him
yeah.
up, right? But then finally they call, and I think they're on the phone with the fire department, and then they're like, all right, get him off, lay him down. So two guys go, they carry him off this chair, they lay him down, they're like testing his breathing. Then the cops and the fire department show up, And then as soon as they show up, the dude wakes up. So then,
How convenient. Yeah.
as soon as they show up, he wakes up. So the fire department, the cops are like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we wasting?
Now they mad.
Yeah, now they're mad, and they're like, I hear him talking and blah, blah, blah. And he says something about a divorce. I guess he just got divorced. They're like, did you do any drugs? No. He's like, did you drink? He's like, a little bit. Like,
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I'm passed out at this hotel. Yeah, I took a sip, but
I took a beer or two, and then finally they're like, I want to get a room. So then my girlfriend's working the front desk, so it's like he can't. His card went through, and he's like, he was good, so he got a room, and they were just gonna check on him, and hopefully he doesn't die.
Yeah. That's worse. That's worse than a passed out man in the lobby, just a dead man in the hotel room.
Yeah, so they had to he's like dial 0 if you need anything, and then
wow.
and I'm like, I was about to leave too, and I was like, I can't stay if something happens. She's here, and I'm gonna dip now in case this guy wakes up and goes on a rampage or dies. It's like, so I had to wait because I'm trying to go home and change the baby, but. It's it's funny, the chick working at the lobby with my girlfriend, she was like, oh my God, it's so sad. And I was looking at that guy, and it's like, I've been that guy. I've had friends been that guy. I'm like, to me, I was very used to being passed out drunk. Like I've had one friend pass out. We call him he turned into a dinosaur. He would just get wasted.
It just turns to fossil fuel. He's just that dead.
He's dead, dude. And then we'd have to carry him up the stairs. And like when I lived with him, it was 2 floors, so we'd have to carry him up the stairs. And there's one guy we're friends with. We always make fun of him. Says like, hey, we think you're we don't tell him to his face, but amongst us, we're like, we think he's gay. He makes a lot of weird comments about him, and like he's going up the stairs. He's like, come on, wake up, and he starts humping, and I'm just watching. He's like, I'm like tapping him, come on, dude, wake up. He's like, yeah, wake up. He's
just thrusting his body. Yeah, like wow, that's what you do with a passed out drunk person. You just
like one time he pulled me aside to do this drug. It's powdery. It looks like this, allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
And when people. They joke with you, but it's like it feels like a test, right? So we go to the room to do this drug, right? That goes up your nose, allegedly, and then he starts asking me. He was like, "Oh man," he's like, "So are we gonna do this, or you want me to suck your dick?" And I was like, "What? Wait, what'd you say?" He's like, "We're gonna do this. You want me to suck your dick?" And I'm like. He's like, all right, yeah. Then he's like, oh, we're going to do this stuff. Like, and then he does it like he's joking. But I was like, all right, he was testing me.
There's only so many gay jokes you can do before it's just like, hey, man, not knocking you, but come on.
Yeah, because it was very obvious. It's like, let me joke with you to see, push my limits.
You want to get fucked in the ass? Wink, wink. What?
Yeah, it's just me and him. So you grew up, how long were you in Florida before? You left northern Florida, right?
Yeah.
Or central? It's central northern.
Jacksonville's like north because like South Georgia.
Yeah, Orlando is considered central, which
Orlando
is
central. Yeah. So I lived in North Florida for like 18 years, and I moved to South Florida for school, and then I moved back up north, like North Florida, for like maybe 2 more years, and then that's when I moved to Chicago. So I've been there my whole life, but left there in 2018 to come here and do comedy. And
did you do comedy in South Florida?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
how do you feel about it? I thought it sucked.
See, the thing about South
Florida. Fort Lauderdale's not bad. Miami, I think, in my opinion, has the worst comedy scene in the United States. But
you know what? I think.
Did you ever do Taurus?
I have done Taurus. See,
what is that? That's
not even Taurus could be good. You just got to know how to conquer the room. You got to think about Miami. If you ever see like Florida, Miami comics specifically, they got so much bravado and like projection because you have to fight against literally that. Like you got strippers, you got
cocaine, like nobody. It's like people don't want to watch comedy. They have so much. There's so many hot women and drugs. It's like, let's do this, and they're like comedy. They're like, anyways.
Yeah, I don't want to go depression. I'm trying to get lit. Like what?
I'm trying to do coke and fuck the stripper.
As you should in Miami, but like no. I think it made me a good comedy. It made me like, I guess, fearless in a way because I'm like, all right, I've been in some bad situations, but
like
Miami.
I did Taurus once time, and then I remember the whole right side of the room, nothing, right? At least sometimes the whatever's around you, not to the back of the bar where everybody's talking at full volume, like full volume, no whatever voice. At least those people kind of pay attention and laugh. And I remember the people to my right that were just staring at me, then nothing. I didn't feel so bad afterwards when I found out they were all German and none of them knew English, but they were just staring at me. So my whole set, I'm like, punchline. I was like, nothing's coming out.
Just silence. And that's another thing about Miami, man, the language barriers. You got like so many different
Everybody. It's a
That's
mix.
down-
All of South America, all the Caribbeans there, and then
Yeah.
some Euros in South. And
You get Spanish, Creole, all that stuff, and you got to figure out, well, how I'm going to make all y'all laugh.
And do people think you're Haitian when you're in South Florida?
I used to get Jamaican a lot.
Oh, Jamaican.
Yeah, like Haitian sometimes, but mostly Jamaican.
Yeah, Jamaican. Because people don't. When you're in South Florida and you're black, you're Haitian or Jamaican
Or some island.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm just straight black. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
African American.
Yeah, because one dude, my friend, he's like, no, I'm black. I'm American. I'm like from South Carolina. I was like, oh, okay, because he was like, I'm not Haitian. Like, everybody's Haitian down there.
I say people walk at me like, "Sapase." I'm like, no, I got nothing for you, man. I got nothing for you.
Did you do the strip clubs in South Florida?
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you ever go to South Florida? No, South Miami. There's a strip club. Oh, I won't say the name, but there's a strip club in the downtown South Miami that I won't say the name because I've talked about it on the podcast. And then, it doesn't matter. But anyway, it's called BT's anyways. But
BT's. No, I haven't done BT. I haven't been that one. I've been the Cheetahs a lot.
Oh, that's. I think I did it once.
Yeah.
Is that more Miami Beach?
I think so. I mean, the big ones in Miami, or is King of Diamonds and
They closed it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they opened it back up.
Oh, really?
I think they recently. Someone told me who I knew from South Florida came to visit. Said, yeah, I think they opened it back up. He saw a promo, and I'm like, when you see a promo, I mean, it's back from the dead, baby. Like it was King of Diamonds and G5. G5, I heard, is the more fun one.
I've never been to G5. I've been to King. I went to Twist. I forgot what it's called. Something with a T. Tootsie's.
That's the one Drake talks about a lot. Yeah.
Oh, really? Tootsie's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there with my boss, and we obviously, or my friend's boss, and we had different tastes because he just likes pancakes, skinny white women like his wife, and it's like I like borderline like obese or a little bit obese. I mean obese by like medical standards, but
medical standards.
Yeah. Well, now I like
what black and brown
obese.
call thick.
Yeah.
I like a good slim thick.
I like disgustingly huge. Like, hold on. I'm going to show. I just sent this buttercream. If anybody follows, but I just sent this to my girlfriend.
That's her
on
name,
Instagram.
Buttercream?
Yeah, buttercream.
All right. She already
like
sound
big. Like I like big 'em.
Oh, wow.
I
That
don't know
is.
if the camera could see them.
That is a BBW.
Yeah.
That is a big, beautiful
yeah,
woman.
I just DM'd this to my girl. I was like, this is. I sent her big one. She's into chicks too, so
Oh,
I sent her
good for
big ones sometimes.
Damn, yeah. That is a healthy woman. As some would say. Like,
No, because BT's allegedly, if you go to the back, you can sleep with the strippers. I don't know about the one in the river, but BT South Miami.
you could allegedly sleep. What?
Every year.
I mean,
I would go every year.
you would drop a bag or?
I would usually what is that? Is that a stack?
Yeah,
A
stack's
bag?
like 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a bag? What's a bag?
I mean, a bag, I just say bag, whatever, but a stack is like 1,000 though.
This is the problem. I would go. There was one point where they started accepting credit card, and then it was like that fucked me up. So I'd come back. I'd basically finance my escapades with these strippers, and I'd come back in the next 3 months. I'm just paying down like 24.
Damn, I'll report fraud every time I do that.
No. So, what they can't, because of the card, they have you sign something, they get your ID, they photocopy, they prove like they back their shit up. Like if you're going to go in that back room, they take a picture with this thing they sign, they take a photocopy of your ID, so that way you can't be like, oh, my shit, no, like, that motherfucker, that was you. You chose, you ain't coming here, and you're not going to call your credit card and be like, go try, motherfucker. Like, it reminds me of that scene. Did you ever see Austin Powers?
Yes.
Where there's a scene where he has a penis pump, right? And I was like, no, that's not mine. No, here's the receipt. Here's the book, Austin Powers and Swedish penis pumps and why I love them. What race is your girlfriend?
She's black. Technically half black, half Puerto Rican.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Is she feisty?
Feisty. Only when I piss her off. But nah, she leans more on the black side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Puerto Ricans will stab you. And
So I've heard. But
did you? How long you been in the city?
about 4 years now. Yeah, about 4 years.
Where do you live here?
I lived everywhere, but now I live like near South Side. It's kind of like between South Loop and Bronzeville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Jokes and Notes? Were you around for that? No,
that
only
was,
here 4 years.
that was
right?
after that was before my time. So I only heard stories about it. It's funny because I seen it on TV on Comedy Central when they did like Heart of the City.
Yeah.
And at the Comics Go. I'm like, oh, this is like a decent little club.
It was a great club, and it's gone. Well, what I heard was Mary. What happened was they were like, hey, this is what I heard. They're like, open up Jokes and Notes. We're going to develop this area around you. and that never happened. So it was just jokes and notes in Brownsville, and that's like, so eventually I think she was just hitting a wall where she was trying to not be in the red so much, and then it was like, all right, I gotta go. But she's doing the promontory all the time now. I don't know if she owns it or she just does stuff there.
There's like a partnership. I mean, they have some.
Because I know T Murph has the shows over there in the promontory.
Yeah,
did you ever go to the
Niche,
promontory? I did that once or twice.
I've been there before, but not for shows. I've just been there just to like watch a concert or some stuff. But no, it's a very dope venue, and like it's big too. Like they got the bar in the back in the same room. The stage is big. They got like a little VIP section. It's a nice setup.
Your family, they all in Florida?
My immediate family, yeah. Everyone's still in Jacksonville, Florida.
Your parents together?
Yeah.
How'd they meet? Do you know? I don't have no idea how my parents met, now that I think about it.
My parents met in college. Like they went to FAMU, which is like this HBCU in Tallahassee. My dad came down from Cleveland. My mom's from Jacksonville. They met there, and then boom, boom. He didn't want to go back to the coast. So he said, fuck it, I'll stay in Florida. Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I'm the oldest of 4.
Oh, you're the what is it? Yeah, I'm the oldest too of. So I got 2 that are the dad, and then I have 2 in Mexico that I didn't know about for years, and I found out.
Oh,
yeah,
snap.
I have that, the Mexican other family, which is pretty common. Like,
so I've heard. Yeah. Damn. All right. Papa, all right.
Yeah, it's Hispanic thing. You just have like a whole second family. At strip club. So you did go to strippers. You've never paid for sex, all right?
No, I paid for sex before.
How was that like the first time? How'd you find him? I have a guy who's looking for a hooker right now.
You just go on the websites, man. I think Backpage is the safest. But don't have Backpage no more.
No, now it's like I'm looking at one called. So my friend messaged me. He was like, "Hey, I know you don't do this, but my friend's uncle's in town. He's looking for a hooker. He was like, we'll pay you a finder's fee."
Actually, a finder's fee?
Yeah, we'll pay you a finder's fee.
If you don't pull up Google on your phone, bro, what do you mean the finder's fee?
Well, like there's a skill, kind of a little bit of skill too, because you got to weed out the fake ones. You got to make.
That's true.
There's a point where I was in South. This would happen. I'd go to Florida every year for work. I go every year for Orlando, but I would either go early or late to Miami. And my friend used to live right down the walking distance from BT's. And he worked at a bar walking distance from BT. So I'd go to his bar. It was called Boogie's. And I'd sit there and I'd drink. And then basically free drinks. And then I would just like tip. And then I would just had double Johnny Walkers and soda. Like his friends like, oh, where's Johnny Walker and soda or whatever. He would just call me that because I would just sit there and I'd get wasted. And then eventually I'd be like, he's like, he'd get off of work. BT's is open till 5. We go to BT's. And then it would happen. He was like, hey, you don't have to do this year. Don't go. And then I'd end up in the back room with the strippers. Because now I'm like drunk. Something when I'm drunk, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I can do this. I'm drunk. This isn't me. This is my chance.
This isn't me. Yeah.
It's like in my head, it's like, this is my chance to get away with stuff and do bad things. And I can't do this when I'm sober. So I need to like hurry up before I sober. For some reason in my head, I think like, it's okay because I'm drunk. So I start doing all these things. Or used to, you know what I mean? Used to. No, and I can control I can have more than 2 drinks, where before 2 drinks was my max, because if I had that third one, question mark, I had no idea what was going to happen.
The night could go anywhere tonight, baby.
Yeah, that happened I've woken up in Kenosha. I've gotten like, I was with some girl. Her name was Geeks. Yeah, her name was Geeks, and I was like, why do they call you Geeks? He's like, oh, because I like getting geeked doing cocaine. And I was like,
what a woman.
Yeah. And then I was like, I remember being with her 15 minutes, and then I woke up in my car in downtown Kenosha by a place called Fusion, where they used to have an open mic. And it was 7. I opened my eyes. I was like, what? And I was like, what day? And I was like, oh, shit, I drove home, took an hour and a half from nap, and went to work. And I was like, all right, I need to. That's when I went to 2 drinks after that for a little bit.
I got to change my life. I got to turn this around. This is not ideal.
Do you have any vices?
I think I got to be careful with gambling.
Oh, gambling is so good.
Yeah, because like as soon as you win, man, you be like, oh, I'm up.
What kind of casino or sports betting?
I think it's more sports betting.
Now it's on your phone now, right? That's
dangerous.
Yeah,
FanDuel, man. Like I gotta.
Is that Illinois? Can you sign up here? Or do you have to go somewhere else?
No, you can do. I think you can do online sports betting in Illinois.
Yeah,
and they started bringing that, and they building that casino, man.
They're building one, and there's building one by us in Waukegan. They're building a casino now.
Boy, they popping up everywhere. I'm like, yo, soon, dangerous, man. Like I'm trying to like learn how to like, kind of count cards in blackjack. Like
I didn't get to counting cards yet. I just got to what is that thing called? Basic strategy. So I get to where I basically kind of have it memorized.
Okay.
Or what I do is I cheat and I just pull it out on my phone and look at it. But you can do that in Potawatomi because the dealers aren't dealers. And I don't know if they're dealers now, but they had, because of COVID, it was just computer.
Oh, okay.
So they had real dealers. So I had to have my phone and I would be like, all right. And look, the thing is with what is that movie? It was called 21 with, who's that guy who used to fuck? He didn't fuck kids, but he fucked teenagers. The guy from American Beauty. Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Kevin Spacey.
And then he had a trial and somebody died mysteriously that was supposed to be in the trial. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But Kevin Spacey, he was in a movie. I don't know, did you ever see 21? They're all like college kids and they would beat the casino.
I think I may have saw that one good time because that sounds so vaguely remembered.
So that messed me up because I saw that movie. I saw 21 and then I was like, oh shit. And I learned, they talked about basic strategy or whatever, and I was like, oh, and I watched a few videos, and I learned it. And I kind of learned it. I took the new that's all I did for like 2 days. I was watching videos. I downloaded an app to practice. Then I went to the casino, the Potawatomi. This is like around a little bit after COVID, so I was like, I had shit to do. So I went, I learned it, and then what I do is I'd win, and I'd take my money out, go cash out, go to the cashier, walk around a little bit, then I go sit back down. I don't stay at the table because it's so easy to like go up and then go down. So I'd go up and I'm like, is this a decent amount? All right, let me cash out. Let me walk, whatever. Even in any machine, I walk, cash out, take my money, and then go back.
Go right back.
Because you could just lose. Like I have a buddy who lost his business gambling.
Oh man, you super down.
Like, but it's like I don't know if you ever talk to gamblers. Renee, I got to see Renee because I see Renee posting his bets. Whatever, what is it?
FanDuel.
Latino X Comedy or something.
Latino X.
He posts his bets, but I have a feeling about him because it's like, if you know gamblers, like they never tell you their losses. They only tell you like their wins, so they're not honest with you. You know what I mean? They're not. They just
exactly.
Yeah.
For like I like if you see them win a lot, you gotta realize they lost way more. Way more. Like
it's like the best sports bettors in the world are like at 52% or something like that. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Like I had a friend who lost like maybe 5,000 on the NCAA tournament game, and when he told me, I'm like, you lost how much? He's like $5,000. Like the moment they lost, like his whole demeanor just shift. Like
I love that. I love watching gamblers lose a little bit because I always give the advice. Look, I was talking to my barber about this yesterday. I was like, because he just went to Vegas. If you look at gambling as a fun activity to have fun, that's it. Like, all right, I'm gonna here's $500. It's gonna be gone, or $1,000, whatever your budget is, and you enjoy it, have fun. That's fun. But if you start thinking like, all right, I'm gonna make money. And you come in at like, oh, this is, no, you're not. Now you're going to look, because now you're like, oh, you want to get it back. And now your rent money's going to be gone.
Yeah, it's not a side hustle, bro. It's not like a second job. No, it's gambling. Gambling is just gambling.
Yeah, it's just gambling. So, but no, he lost. Like he started making all these bets. And he was like, oh, man. He started increasing his bets. And I was like, whoa. Like, you're not winning consistently with these $10, $20 bets. Why are you going to hundreds of dollars? Because you get that one that hits big, and you think, and then you lose your. There's a David Tao joke, right? I forget how it goes. He's like, he's like 1 minute you're up $10,000, and then next minute, what is it? Like you're sucking dick for a sandwich or something like that.
Something like that.
I don't remember. So you started comedy in South Florida, not in Jacksonville?
Not in Jacksonville, yeah. I started in South Florida when I was in college. Just because, like...
Just went to a mic?
Yeah, I just went to a mic. I was taking, like, a writing class.
Oh, you went to film school. Did you go to film school or you studying film?
I studied, yeah.
Did you finish?
Film. Oh, yeah, I finished, you know.
You do any film stuff or no?
I'm more on the acting side now and writing. Yeah, I'm trying to finish a pilot. Like, I've done, like, maybe 2 commercials since I've been here.
How much your commercials pay?
It depends, man, because, like, you can get... I average around $500, you know.
Okay.
But if you get, like, paid, like, you know, residuals, like, for airing, you get paid way more. But usually, like, you get a contract and they give you a buyout, so that way they ain't got to, like...
Oh, they don't want to...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because that gets...
What commercials did you do?
I did one for Keystone Light. Like, that was, like, an online commercial way back. And then another one I did was for HG.
Pretty cheap beer, yeah.
Yeah, I did one pretty cheap.
It's a homeless beer, basically. Above homeless or wino beer.
Either homeless or you in college, either one.
Oh, yeah, homeless, college, or alcoholic, older alcoholic.
Exactly. And then the second one was like HGTV commercial. That was like a nationally shot commercial. Like someone see me on TV. I'm like, oh, shit, that's what's up.
Oh, the second one was a TV commercial.
Yeah, like you don't, and it's funny about commercials, like you don't know like when it airs until like someone randomly hits you like, yo, congrats, man. And I'm like, the fuck? Why you hit me up about this?
Yeah, that's how it happened. I was like, oh, I was in the, I don't know if he's still around. He was here, but then he was ostracized out of the scene. But I was at Jewel and I saw Martin Murrow on I don't know if you know Martin Murrow. He was a Chicago comic, but then like, I don't know.
Got caught in some shit.
Yeah, because I remember like I had a friend of mine. She's like, oh, Martin Murrow invited me to a show, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like he used to do. I saw him at CYSK, and he's like, I'm not sure if he wants me on the show or what's going on. And he's like, I was like, oh, what happened? I was like, I don't know. He just sent me a picture. It was a picture of his ass. And I
just
was
his
like,
ass,
just his ass,
not a dick, but his ass.
No, yeah. So I think. Well, with the ass pic, allegedly, right? Anyways, with the ass pic, I feel it's like I think he was trying to do is like he could turn and be like, oh, I'm just being funny. That same thing with that my friend who's Honduran. I'll say my Honduran friend with the you want me to suck your dick? Like that same kind of like he could like a dick pic. You can't like that's a dick pic. That's frontal nudity.
Yeah, it's like it's
rated X if it's aired somewhere. Like you could see asses. Like they showed ass on TV at one point with that fat dude from was it not Law and Order? That New York cop show. Maybe it was Law and Order. He was bald and
yeah. And then there's also mooning, which is like a joke. So
did you ever moon?
Yeah.
Did you moon? Women don't moon, right? This is a dude thing.
But because women are hot, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like we want to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you moon? I forgot. I totally forgot about mooning. I aggressively mooned for years when I was like in middle school.
Yeah, I mean, my friend used to have this prank where like we come to each other's house, we knock on the door. As soon as you open up, we just have our pants down, and you just see his ass the first thing you do when you open the door. You're like, ah, damn.
It got to a point where mooning wasn't enough. I started. This is maybe a little bit too much. Started junking, right? We just started showing. It's like the ass was enough, so we started showing our junk. I was like,
like, bro, that's not a joke. Yeah, I think someone did that to me once in high school. I'm like, bro, what the?
Why you show me your dick?
Just a hairy Greek dick. Like in a high school. I'm like, yo, bro, get away from me.
No, but we were on the bus, the mooning. Like somebody, I remember one time we were on a field trip in Chicago, and then we mooned somebody, and this guy looked like he started reaching for a gun. So then I kind of chilled out after that for a while because we're in the suburb.
What a strong reaction to see someone's ass. I gotta shoot you now.
I think he was just. I think he was just messing with us for like the effect or the point, like. And
just imagine if he would have actually shot. You got a bullet in your ass now.
If somebody actually killed, like I remember, I pulled a gun on somebody once, not a real gun, but I got yelled at. I was a kid. I was like not a teenager, in middle school.
Right.
And there was I don't know if you ever played Duck Hunt.
On Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you want another truly?
I'll take one more.
All right. So I took the what is it? The gray. It was the gray gun, right? So
Right.
It was the gray gun. I cut off the cable.
Oh.
Because it was in the orange one. It was gray, so I cut off.
Yeah, I remember the gray one. Yeah.
So I cut off. Here you go.
Appreciate
I cut off the gray, and then we're driving by. It's kind of like North Chicago almost in the area. You could throw it on here if you want. And I remember I'm driving. There's a kid, and then I say freeze or drop motherfucker, and then I remember I pull out the Nintendo gun. And he drops to the ground, and then my mom just whipped my ass after that.
Yeah. Oh, as she should. I mean, yo, you ever seen like a prank where like there were like a TikTok video like do fake gunshots, and people would like literally just faint, fall, or shit themselves.
No, but you know what I was thinking about is, they got all those pranksters and stuff like going out to people, and it's like you got the South. You got places now they're getting concealed carry. Like I feel like one of those. I don't know if they have gone wrong, but I feel one of those videos is gonna go wrong. Like you attack somebody in public, like some of these dudes trained to fucking. Like I watch these concealed carry videos. Like some of these dudes trained to have a gun out and then shoot you. Like
they be praying for that moment, just praying for it. They're like, yo, I got a story to tell. Like I'm ready to bust. Like these people that go to the gun range and like these fake scenarios, they want to shoot somebody.
Dude, I watch the videos. There's those guys that are like. They're shooting 3 or whatever. 3 targets are like they're ready to go.
Making an obstacle course in their backyard, just waiting for the Armageddon to happen.
So Anyways, back to the hooker real quick. So you find her probably on Backpage, which I used to use. Actually, I think I messaged one I found on Snapchat. They have not replied.
They do use Snapchat sometimes. Like those little apps.
Like they'll go and then like they have the Snap. This was on the ad. It was called like Skip the Games.
Yeah, I heard Skip the Games.
These are like all the new Backpages.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Actually, that was one of the best moments of my life when I found out it went down, because there was a point where I was like sober, never got a hooker. Drunk, it was like my first summer when I first. This is a weird thing about caddying. You have 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old kids and grown men at the same job. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the older dudes are alcoholics.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're all working together. So I remember some old Mexican dude was like, oh, told me about a whorehouse. I'm like 16 or 17 or whatever young age I am. Told me about some whorehouse, and I went and I found it. So there was a summer I would caddy, hooker, caddy, whorehouse, caddy. It was like, I remember it was like the summer of Jordan, because it was like 23.
So wait, you were 16 going to the. Like,
I think I was a little older, maybe 17 or 18.
All right, cool.
But I don't know how was you the first time. I remember the first time I was like, I felt really like, man, I can't believe I just paid for that. Like, this is so weird. And after that, I was like, next. I didn't give. It was
bro. I think it's so normal. Like, if a dude got to buy some time, like, just do it. You know, it's consensual. She get her money. You get what you want.
Were you in Florida or were you up here?
Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And what people don't know is they're everywhere. They're hookers
everywhere. Yeah.
Like once I found that, I was like, oh shit! Every time when I would drive to Florida, Tennessee, Chattanooga, like every town you're in, like every hotel is just full of hookers. I had no idea.
It's like a McDonald's. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
you just. I mean, it's not cheap as McDonald's, but you know, like.
Yeah, the prices went up now. They're like in the 200 range. I don't know. From what I saw yesterday, it was. But I guess my insurance has gone up a lot.
Exactly, inflation. You know, it's real out here. But I mean, you got to drop money for like quality though. You know, like if it's suspiciously
You're
cheap.
black.
Though, yes.
There was a lot. Did you see the ads? It was like black dudes.
No black. Yeah, because dudes would run off or rob them. Yeah, and I can't be mad at it. I can't dispute it. Like if it happens, it happens. Like, could they be racist too? Probably, but you know. Or some people they ask you to take a picture, like take a selfie real quick. Like I guess they could tell by your demeanor.
I had to take a picture of my penis.
Just prove you're not a cop.
Yeah. Like, but a cop can technically? It's funny. A cop can technically. That whole entrapment thing, that doesn't work. I looked it up, you know. It's
it's dumb. Yeah, I'm gonna say, why do y'all
not real.
Yeah, cop. You know, anytime cops lie in general. So like, you got me. Are you a cop? Yep. Darn it.
No, it was. It's funny because she actually she ended up having an ankle bracelet. It was
hilarious.
It was I live in Kenosha now. It was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I went to go do a YouTube. My friend his name is Jordan Pulley. He runs some comedy shows in Kenosha, and he had like a little YouTube thing where you would go there and drink, and then you kind of review the alcohol. And the first time I did it, I drank way too much. Oh God, watermelon. I love watermelon, but I hate anything with a watermelon flavor in it.
Unless it's an acquired taste for a seltzer. It's a very acquired taste.
I don't like anything watermelon. I hate strawberries. I love strawberry flavored things. It's like the reverse with watermelon.
Oh, got you.
So I don't like anything strawberry, watermelon flavored. I like watermelon. I'm not gonna ask you if you like it because that would.
Oh yeah.
I can't ask you that or chicken.
Be the last episode. Be the last episode.
I can't ask you about that or chicken because we all like it. I don't know. Whatever. I should look into the history of it, but I can't. Let me see. But you can ask me if I like tacos. It's weird. Whatever. Anyways.
I would never ask you because I would have already assumed.
Do you see that on Tinder? I have. Is this why do women? I've seen a few women post this. I don't know if a dude's post this, but they specifically post, "I don't like tacos." Did you? Is that a thing now? Like to be cool? Is it the new hipster thing?
I hope not, bro. Because tacos are fire. What are you talking about?
Do you like tacos, Chrissy? You don't not like them, right? Yeah. Like it's tortilla and meat. Is it the tortilla you don't like, or is it meat?
Tortilla and meat.
There's vegan tacos.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want on toppings. Tacos are fire. Like when I was down on hard times, tacos were the easiest thing to make. Like I used to go to a little Mexican restaurant, get some barbacoa or chorizo or whatever, whip it up, dice some onions, cilantro, and bam, I got a meal.
Yeah, or you could just get carnitas like.
Yeah, some carnitas. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you know what? Florida, one thing I don't like, something I don't do when I leave Illinois really now is I don't eat pizza outside of Illinois because Florida is trash.
There's nothing to write. Yeah, but it's nothing to write about.
And then like I'm in Kenosha, so I can't. There's one place that has good pizza to me, but it's really Illinois style pizza. So I don't even consider like Wisconsin stuff. Like, is there certain foods? Do you like the pizza puffs? Have you had the pizza puffs, Italian beefs, the Chicago foods? And
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Italian beef's the most overrated shit
really?
I've ever had.
I love Italian beef.
It's the most overrated shit. Like, this is what y'all make a show about? This
what is
meaty ass sandwich.
What's the name of the show?
The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah, bro, they make it seem like it's some kind of cuisine. I'm like, this is...
Is that what they do with the Bears? Italian beefs?
Yeah, like, this is 5-star chef trying to save his uncle's cousin business, whatever the hell, and make Italian beef. So I'm like, this is just juicy meat on some stale white bread and peppers. I'm like, all right, this is fine. I mean, I'll eat it if someone got me one, but I'm like, I ain't gonna crave it.
Where have you got Italian beefs at? Or maybe because I grew up here, so I'm like,
what's up?
Maybe where have you had Italian beefs at?
That's I think Owl's, that one place, that was decent. I heard there's a dope spot in Oak Park that's known for its Italian beef. So like, I'll go there. I'll give it one more shot.
How do you eat it? Cheese and peppers and jardiniere? I do both peppers. I do jardiniere and then I
think I just
do the regular peppers.
I think I just did the peppers because I like kick. But I don't know. I need someone to come with me and tell me how to properly get it.
Yeah, Italian ice. You fuck with Italian? You like Italian ice?
Italian ice is good. That's good. I don't
pizza
mind.
Puffs? Do you like?
I never had a pizza puff.
Chrissy, have you had pizza puffs since you've been over here? No, but you know what it is, right? It's glorious Hot Pocket, but it's greasy and.
Sounds like pizza rolls. If I'm correct.
Oh, the tortilla, they eat that stuff. And then the hot dogs, you eat the hot dogs, Chicago style hot dogs?
No, I don't fuck with tomatoes on my hot dogs. Y'all wild for that.
Oh, no.
Y'all wild for that. I'm like, yo,
Chrissy,
it's not a sandwich.
Style?
It's not a sandwich. Like, why y'all putting all this stuff on a hot dog?
What do you like on your pizza? I just don't like onions.
I like pepperoni sausage, basil, either banana peppers or jalapenos, oregano. I can do like veggies, like
I do mushrooms. Mushrooms are controversial.
You know,
food.
I don't.
Mushrooms, onions, and tomatoes are controversial.
I like mushrooms. I like mushrooms, onions, tomatoes. It depends.
But you'll eat tomatoes, right?
I'll eat tomatoes like if it's like a pico de gallo or like a soup. Like I can eat. I just can't bite a tomato.
You look all right. Oh, that is the thing, right? Because I look at little people a little bit differently. Like if I hang out with them the first time and they get a sandwich, they get something like a sandwich or burger that usually has tomatoes, and they can't eat them. So you can't eat like a sliced tomato, right? Can you eat a BLT or is it gonna fuck with you?
No, I can eat a tomato in a burger. I can eat it in a sandwich.
All right. So you're normal.
Yeah, I even eat fried green tomatoes, but like tomatoes like plainly by themselves. I just can't do that. It has to. It's good to boost, but it's not good by itself. Unless you
onions.
I love onions.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all about onions.
I have a love-hate relationship with onions where I can't have a burger without onions. Like, what's that place?
I'm the same.
There's a place that I hate with Shake Shack. I hate Shake Shack with a passion because every time I've been there, there's always something going on wrong. Like, you go to Chick-fil-A and it's like the service is good and everything's fine. You go to Shake Shack, there's always something missing. I went to Shake Shack and I remember they were out of onions, and I was like, "This
they too damn expensive to be running out of shit." Yo, they gotta be on top of their game.
Have you had their ice cream? Their ice cream it feels like something.
The custard.
Yeah, the custard feels like some cheap soft serve, and it's like $6 for this little cup.
Bro, I only went to Shake Shack one because this bad Mexican in my class invited me out to eat.
A chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said bad. All right, that type of bad. Not like
No, not like not no evil Mexican. No. This bad Mexican chick, she invited me out and I was trying to smash. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Shake Shack. And I'm like, damn, this is a grip. But it's fine. It's a good burger, but it's not worth it.
When you were dating, when you were single, what was your go-to date? Go to the bar, have drinks? You'd avoid the food?
I'm all about, I could do food. I'm all about, I like bars. I like somewhere we could just talk and hang.
Yeah.
I like spontaneous.
I didn't like doing food in case I could potentially have sex. I feel like I'm not having sex with food. She's not having sex with food. Depending how much I eat. Like, I try to do the drinks.
Drinks leaves like the night open.
Yes.
Food is like, okay, this is more proper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, it depends like on the girl.
Like, I don't want to have sex after I eat.
Yeah, because now I'm bloated. Like
I want to eat after I have sex, but that's a good time to eat.
I'm just trying to eat ass after, so I'm just like saving my appetite, you know. Like, but I don't know. Like, I think like depends how I'm like feeling about it, or like how I feel about the girl when I met, or like talk to her, or match, or ask, whatever. I gotta know what I'm getting into before I choose what date it is.
What do you like to do after sex? I go straight to the refrigerator usually. And like I used to drink these, it was like these cold kind of protein drinks, or milk, or a little bit of milk.
Milk, damn. All right, you like to come down after sex. You like to.
I want something, or a drink, or maybe a sip of orange soda. I'm a big fan of.
I don't know. I'm so in my head after sex because like I'm a people pleaser, so I have to feel like she's satisfied at some point, or else I just stay up all night. I'm so weird. That's why like I gotta leave right after.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can't. I don't like spending the night.
Oh no, I mean with my girlfriend. No, with a regular chick.
Oh, girlfriend.
Oh no, after that, yeah.
Oh,
I go straight to the fridge.
Erase everything I just said.
Yeah, if you didn't come, like you have a toy, we'll figure it out, or just let me know if you want to help out. But it's
same.
Like
we're smart, man. We're feminists, yeah. But I'll go to the I'll cook something, or we play some music, or yeah, whatever. We might watch a TV show after. I like watching TV after I have sex because now I'm like relaxed.
I feel like I gave the wrong impression with women when I had sex with them because we'd be drinking and then I would go to sleep and then I didn't want to drive, but it's like I don't want to spend the night. It's nothing more. And then I remember there was one chick, she was like kind of hugging up on me and I just let her. Because I want to go to sleep, but looking back and having friends that are girls, like I remember I was talking to this girl, she would have sex with this guy every few months. The guy would never communicate with her, and he would just hit her up, be like, when he wants to have sex. And then she was like, you know what? But after we had sex, he held me, and I was like, no. And I was there to be like, look, let me tell you what's going on. He's tired. I've done this before. He has no intentions of ever. Like I would always give this advice to my female friends. There's a book about it. I forgot what it's called, but I would be like, look at the guy's actions and not his words. Because I've said, I remember I was at a bar. This bar I hang out with my girlfriend now. I remember I was there with a girl and I was like, trying to get her back to this girl I used to sleep with. I was like, and she was like, wouldn't go back to the apartment or back to my place, and I was like. And I was sitting there, it's like, damn, I drove up here 20 minutes. I was like, all right, one more shot. And I was like, I love you. And I've never loved anybody like I loved you. But then she didn't, she was like, stay out a little bit more before I go out. And I was like, all right, she's not going back to the house. All right, I got to go. But I remember I was like, I love you. And I've never felt like this towards anybody before. Like, and I was like, what? I was like, desperate things to try to get laid. And then I was like, but then I went home and then luckily she didn't come over because she did have an ankle bracelet, but there was a few times she had a restraining order. Like she was one of those, dude.
Again, what a woman. What a woman. Good God.
No, the chick with the ankle bracelet was in a shoplift. She got caught in a shoplifting team or scheme.
Oh, all right. So she's a business
at Walmart.
She's a boss chick. All right.
Yeah, at Walmart in Kenosha.
Wait, you need a scheme to shoplift Walmart? I thought it was kind of like a solo thing.
Yeah, so I'm like, what kind of, I don't know. Did you ever shoplift? I had a phase.
I mean, like I still small things, but like
pens. I used to never. For years, I felt it was against. I couldn't pay for pens.
I mean, I still fruit. Like if you bring me up
grapes, don't
fruit,
count.
Like avocados and shit. Like because
I think you meant grapes.
Great. No, I used to have an uncle who would just straight up eat fruit while shopping. Like it's funny as hell. But no, man, I never stole nothing like clothes and nothing like that. That's like, I've been scared to shop. I've been scared to shoplift because like my brother like stole from Blockbuster once.
Wait, how do you steal? You just don't return it, right?
No, like he actually took a video with him.
Oh, because they'd be in the bag.
Yeah,
behind this thing.
Right, but my mom caught his ass, so she took him to the police station right next door to the Blockbuster, scared the shit out of him, then took him back to the Blockbuster and make him apologize to the person behind the cashier who's making like what $9 an hour who don't give a fuck, and then took him home to beat his ass. So I'm like, this is too much work. I'm not gonna shoplift because this just scarred me for the rest of my life. I
only got caught one time. Like an aunt worked at a gas station and she caught me stealing like candy. So I've never like suffered. I was like Winona Ryder for a while. I was just fucking like just stealing.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
This is my favorite. This is the thing. This is one of my things I would do. One of my favorite things was I'd love when I would drink. I'd go out and I'd go to the gas station and I would steal. But I would make sure I would steal. It was gum. Usually it was gum because they'd have it right in the front.
Yeah,
but I always would do it as I'm talking to the guy. So I wanted to be talking to him. My challenge was like, I'm going to steal it while I'm speaking, like in front of your face. That was like my thing. So I would get drunk and I go to the gas station and then I talk to the guy. And as I'm talking to him, I would steal the gum. And then, but I stole tampons once when I was drunk. And I was at somebody's house, I think. I was just drunk, and I get this thing where I'm like, all right, I'm drunk. Do everything I can to get away with because this is your chance. And I remember it was like I had a car registrate. I went back and I put it back, but I had like somebody's papers from their car and tampons.
You just sensed
pads.
Stealing. Yeah, it's not even stealing for some.
Because I just feel like, oh, this is like it's like it becomes a countdown. I was like, all right, if I do it right now, it's okay. So I need to get away with. It was weird. It was a viceaholic. I feel like
that is definitely advice because if you ain't stealing like. What tampons? We can't even use
I'm
this
just
for.
Looking for.
You just look for something to steal.
It's just like Chrissy, where are we at on time? I didn't bring my clock. We're at 5. It's you have any last words, or you want to? Not last words. You're not dying.
I'm about to say, man, it's been a great life.
You got a last meal?
Last meal?
Do you have a last meal prepared if you're on death row?
Oh man, be my mama's oxtails over yellow rice, greens, mac and cheese. You never had oxtails?
No.
Oh, it's like a black. Like American and like Caribbean cuisine, man. Like oxtails, man. They are so good. It's like
oxtail mac and cheese.
Yeah, over yellow rice, potato salad, and collard greens.
I like collard greens with hot sauce. I went to a Southern buffet on the way to Florida because I used to drive to Florida every year with my boss because he was about 500 pounds.
Good guy.
And he couldn't get. Yeah, he couldn't really. He had to get 2 plane seats, so he would drive down there. So I drive with him, but. The very last town, maybe Macon, Georgia. It's like one of the last towns on the way before Florida.
Right.
It's funny because the farther north you go in Florida, the more south. It's
exactly
the south,
and that's what Jacksonville is. It's basically South Georgia.
The South, yeah. It's South Georgia, and it's so. And then there's Miami, which is a whole.
It's just the
South
islands.
America.
Yeah, it's the island. Yeah, it's just
And Fort Lauderdale is like America. You know what I mean? And Orlando's like America.
Orlando's like that borderline where it starts to.
Yeah.
You start to see the change.
Yeah, it's like kind of the USA. It feels like, all right, USA with a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Right. You got amusement parks and all that shit, yeah.
And then, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale's a little south. You got the, and it's funny. Oh, man. I'm going to show, there's, the Florida white dudes. I've never been to Tampa, but these white dudes in Florida, you ever look up the video? It's called Crazy Eights. There's a wheelchair. There's a rapper from Florida. Because I looked at the images and I Googled the places and I know they're from Florida. They were like in the Tampa area and I fucking knew it. But he's crippled, right? Can you still say crippled? Whatever. He's crippled. No? Okay. Is there a new word? He's in a wheelchair.
Crips.
He's a
no,
crip.
No.
Like,
I don't know. I mean disabled. I think disabled.
Disabled. All right. He's disabled, right?
He's
disabled and he can't move. Obviously paralyzed from a gunshot, and he's a rapper. And there's a point where, since he can't move his hands, they put money in his mouth. Like there's a scene, and they do they do the cut. Crazy Eights, Get Money Boy, Crazy Eights. I played in the podcast a bunch of times. They play it. You see the scene and do that cut where he's like there, and then there's that money in his mouth.
I think that's worse. You don't even know where that money been, bro. So you just put it in your mouth.
And I was like, dude, these white dudes are Florida as fuck. Do you have any plugs?
Plugs, man.
Show, social media.
Social media, man. Follow me at OG Mike Atch. Come check out my Best Friend is Black every 4th Thursday of the month at the Lincoln Lodge.
Did you have a joke about fat women on Morning After Pill? Was that you?
Yeah, I had an old Plan B pill.
Yeah,
but then I noticed.
Did you get attacked for it once? Was that you or no?
I think
a little bit.
I got attacked for it because someone said I stole someone's joke.
Okay,
but I didn't. I just had the same premise.
Yeah,
which a premise like it's just a start, but you can finish anywhere. And then like it was Sharon Palm, but then Sharon Palm, I talked to her like, oh, my joke's different. And like, all right, yeah, so we squashed it. But then on that same post, someone said, oh, that's someone else's joke. So I'm like, it shows like.
Just parallel thinking. It's the same. Everybody's using the same premise.
And my rule is like if someone has the same premise, I'm like, all right, it's debatable, whatever. I might keep it. But if 2 people have it, then I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Yeah,
there's no point.
It's like doing jokes about local, or what is it when something happens? Not
Topical.
local events. Topical.
Yeah, topical
I avoid
stuff.
topical because when something happens online, you look at your feed, you're friends with comics, the same joke like 5 times in a row.
Exactly, bro.
So
I'm like,
OG
Mike
Atcherson.
Yeah, OG Mike.
Do you have a TikTok?
Yeah, I gotta get back on it more. Like,
I have it, but I delete it, and when I need to post a video, I'll download it and post a video and delete it again.
I gotta get better.
Not a
My baby sister said, "Yo, you gotta get on TikTok, man. Like, you slipping." I'm like, damn. If a 16-year-old told me I gotta do it, then I probably have to do it. So
get on TikTok. A 16-year-old, somebody took him to a whorehouse and maybe lost his virginity, allegedly. Okay, follow Lobo Den Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Lobo Den Podcast. I have a Patreon. Support the podcast. It's only $3 a month to support. Put out some content. You guys get free episodes every week. I have a baby to support. So the more you support, the more content I try to put out. And if you learn something, if you go to YouTube, hit the bell. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Tell a friend. That's the best way to spread the word and spread sexually transmitted diseases. All right, Lobo Den.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. It's the Lobo Den. Lobo Den. Lobo Den. Lobo Den.